So real quick, I just want to showcase as well right at the beginning the what it looks like when you use dials. So the first thing is here we'll do Spotify and we'll go to playback control. I'm just going to move that onto, actually I should probably go here. Move that onto one of the dials, and now you can see what that looks like. I've got the dial control there, and if I rotate it, I can actually skip between different tracks. And then if I press and hold the dial, I'm trying to do this in a way that doesn't block it. It will actually adjust the volume. So you can see there as I hold volume adjustment and I let go, and it goes back to the track control. And then I can also tap on it to play and pause Spotify. So lots of controls all within one dial. Same thing with something like wavelength, right? So if I want to, for example, control a channel level coming in, here we go. I can load up wavelength. And let's see here. If I actually play Spotify, we should be getting, yep, we get some audio there. Hopefully it's not coming into the stream, but what we'll do here is we'll select Spotify, and you can see that's what it looks like on the dial there. So you can see real-time levels, and again, you can adjust those right here on the device. And look at that beautiful display there. You got this like volume knob, this virtual volume knob, and then once you stop rotating it, it switches back to the level meter display, which is super, super cool. You can also, of course, control things like your light brightness, even just like system volume, and so much more. I'm going to go ahead and delete those. When you have a Stream Deck Plus in the software, you're going to see this dial tab over here. So all your dial controls are going to be here, including things in Discord like user volume. So if you do have that friend, it could be any user, a specific user, right? You can control their volume there. Let's say you have a light. I'll do adjust brightness here. We have a Keylight Neo connected. I can go ahead and adjust that. So this is what it looks like if you have a Stream Deck Plus. Now, Jasmine was talking about a couple different other features that you get with the dial. So here's a pretty cool one. Let's say you have a couple actions set up on the keys here, but you want to actually add those to the dials. Well, we have something in here called a action wheel. And you got to think of this a little bit like, you ever played GTA, or if you played Horizon Zero Dawn, where you bring up your weapon like radial menu and you select one, and then you go, back into the game. You can create that on your Stream Deck with the dials. So you go in here, you create an action wheel, and you can add, I'm just going to drag and drop a bunch of actions in here. You can add a bunch of actions in, and what will happen is now, you'll see on this dial here, as I rotate it, it's like selecting which action, like a menu select, and then when you tap it, it actually executes that action. Of course, I've got nothing configured right now, but what you can do with this is you could have like, let's say different emotes that you want to send in your chat, different messages, right? Or let's say you want to select different scenes in OBS and you just want to quickly have those here. You can, rotate between, okay, I want my starting scene, my BRB scene, ending, and then press it and boom, that scene becomes active. There's many different ways that you can use this, and you can add basically an infinite number of actions onto a dial. So that's one way that you can use it. Another way is something we call a dial stack. So this is actually going to be for actions that are on the dial, and this is if you want one dial to control multiple actions. So for example, let's say I've got a light here, like the key light, and I want to adjust the brightness and the color temperature. Well, typically you drag that action onto a key onto a dial, and you can only do that, you can only control one action. Here with the dial stack, you could actually control or set up multiple of these, and you have to think of these like layers. So at the top layer, we have adjust brightness, then we have adjust temperature, and then we have Discord volume control. Now I can go in here and I can tap on or press the dial, and I'm basically going through a selection, and now I can do my volume control, now I can do my brightness control, and then I can do my color temp control. So now I'm controlling 3 different things on one dial, which is really cool. There's one final action that I want to show, which is the, and I'll remove Spotify for this. This is called action trigger. And basically what this does is you can set each dial like rotation and press to a different action. So for example, if you want to turn your light off, that could be a dial press. If you want to, I don't know, in this case, play a soundboard, that could be one rotation and then the other rotation. let's say, I don't know. So I'm just trying to think of something here. Play and pause control here for Spotify. Now I can go in, and when I press this dial, it's going to do the middle action there of turning on and off the light. If I rotate the dial counterclockwise, it's going to play and pause Spotify. And if I rotate it clockwise, it's going to do the Discord soundboard. So now one dial is controlling 3 different actions. And this is really cool if you want to use the dial with a program that where you use hotkeys, where typically dial actions wouldn't work. So those are some of the advanced dial actions that you can do with a Stream Deck Plus. Again, it's on sale right now. Get it at elgato.com. It's super powerful.
It really is. And